Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. Had I had up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
Wagwan people, Lumini here, back with the season finale of season 2 here in our Malaga save. We have 4 games to get through in this episode before we wrap things up. It might end up being a little bit of a longer episode, but I'll still try not to make it too long. We're probably going to play Athletico and Real, maybe even Deportivo, but we may sim these last 2 games just to see. We haven't, like I said before in the previous episodes, we don't have a lot to play for. We could potentially take 7th place off of Valencia, but still I think that seems unlikely. So kind of just playing to kind of stay where we are right now. Relegation has well and truly been fought off by us. We are now completely clear and completely safe. So we will have another season in La Liga next season. So yeah, like I say, not a lot to play for, but still 2 big games left. So we'll see what we can do in those games. We did call Dani Ortiz up last episode. I don't think I'm going to play either of them. I might keep Lucas Ray as a 3rd choice, to be fair. I was going to send him out on loan, but I think I will keep him as 3rd choice. Dani Ortiz, I haven't decided yet whether... I think I'm going to put him on the loan list just in case. But if he does start growing, then we'll keep him and he'll play instead of probably Tony Marino, who will either leave or go out on loan. We do have training to do before we get into anything though, so let's get that done. Here we are at the Athletico Madrid game. They are sat in 2nd. Ramon Guene is back fit. As much as I do want to play on Guene, I kind of want this chance to give Ribeiro a bit of playtime. Same with Zero. I think I'm going to start him in these games. It's kind of our chance to give a few of the youth lads time to play, if you know what I mean. Fernandes going to drop off. Quintana I've been very impressed with as well. Yeah, I think we're going to play Zero. Maybe Ribeiro won't start this one just because he's a little bit unfit. However, we do have a press conference to do before we get into this game. Hi guys, welcome to our last press conference for this season. Yeah, let's get underway with the questions. It looks as though that you have successfully fought off relegation. Can you talk about how much of an achievement that is for you and for the club? It's a huge achievement for us. We thought it was going to be a very, very tough season. I obviously at the beginning of the season was trying to lay out that I think it's probably going to be a long, hard battle. But yeah, the boys have turned up amazingly recently. Over the last few months towards the end of the season, we've really pushed up the table really unexpectedly, and it's incredible to see how well we've managed to do now. And now, like, we are in with an outside opportunity at European football. I think it's probably too much of an ask, but you know, it's going to be talked about in this press conference anyway, so I might as well reference it now. But yeah, to stave off relegation as convincingly as we have and now push up the table for a fairly decent finish, we're hoping. Yeah, it's huge for the club, huge for all of us, and I couldn't be happier. You mentioned it there yourself, but do you think your team has what it takes now to go on and push for European qualification for next season? Look, I think just avoiding relegation, obviously that was what we were aiming for. I think looking higher than that is probably being a little bit over-ambitious. I like to think of myself as a very ambitious manager when it comes to trying to do new things, trying to push the team forward, but I think we need to be realistic with the games that we've got left coming at the end of the season. I'd expect us to struggle in 1 or 2 of them. Obviously, we're playing Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. They're 2 of the title contenders this season. So I think it's probably unrealistic, but hey, we're going to have a good run at it and see what we can do. A lot of new faces arrived at Malaga this season. Could you pick who you think has had the biggest impact for you personally? For me personally, I wouldn't like to say who I think the signing of the season has been so far. We've had so many integral parts, so many guys come in that have played such important roles in this season. Azpilicueta, Danilo, I mean, they've been absolutely huge for us. Blanco in net, again, massive performances for us. Luka Modric, there's too many to pick, so I would like to put it to the fans, really, for them to vote who they think their player of the season is. With only 4 games left this season, you must be looking towards next season, maybe improving your coaching staff. Please, I really need a job. Please. We still got 4 games left the season, so I'm not looking past those just yet. I'd like to get the best results out of them possible, but yeah, obviously we have to start looking towards next season and seeing what we're going to go for, where our ambitions match up with the board, etc. So yeah, we will be looking forward to that soon. Meetings will be going ahead, but we're going to make sure that we're wrapped up in the season before we get ahead of ourselves. Thanks for coming to the press conference, guys. It's going to be all the questions for now, and yeah, thanks. I think I will bring on Onguene back in for this game. However, he's not for sure going to finish the season in there, because like I say, I wouldn't mind giving Ribera a little bit of play time, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we will go into this game against Atletico.
Our cameras on one man. The big news is he's been deemed
Onguene back from injury and has a little thing for him.
Screen. I'd hope he could do both jobs.
Yeah, I remember João Felix as well was another big stumbling block that we had.
And a goal! That is a very bright start. Perfect way to open.
Huh.
Well, I have to say,
well,
this is a really
I guess go fuck ourselves then.
Well balanced he is. He knows he's going to be under pressure, but he
First attack, João Felix just spams a bunch of skill moves down the wing, gets past us, and then Gabriel Jesus from the edge of the box just bangs one into the top corner. Yeah, well, I guess I will do one then. That's not a good pass from Zero. Runs being made in front of the ball here, considering we're up against.
Clear cut in terms of who's going down now, Stuart.
Well, unfortunately, Derek, the table doesn't lie. The teams in the relic.
Real chance.
Oh, Zero with a good opportunity, but obviously still doesn't quite have the shooting stats. Unlucky to put it wide there.
Here's Cunha.
Attacks by playing Zero, but you know when you get a promising youth player, you have to give him a little bit of time to try and play. Yeah, we're never getting anywhere near this. Seems like it's going to be pretty similar to the last game we played Atletico in, because how Atletico haven't just walked to the title, because apparently they are just far above anyone else. That's an awful pass from Lucas Gortler. I don't know what he's thinking there. Win it back with Ishmael Casas. Zero's going to need some help here. And hit this one with Lucas Gortler, but this was the problem we ran into last time. Anytime we hit them with Lucas Gortler or anyone else who can actually finish, we end up just getting the ball smacked away by Jan Oblak because he just doesn't want to deal with any of our shit. Any other game, any other keeper, that's a goal for Lucas Gortler there, but Jan bloody Oblak, mate. Probably the most irritating goalkeeper in this game to play against. Jaro takes a shot. Then we're going to struggle. Jan Oblak is just something else out there. Oh, Jerome Onguene does head it down, but not to be. Luka Modric. That's a terrible pass from Luka Modric. I'm not too bothered, because obviously, like I said, we literally aren't playing for anything at the moment, so lost win at the moment for us, it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, to be honest, I'm going to jump to result on this one. 5-1 we end up losing. Alright, fine. Yeah, when you go 3-0 down that early in a game that really doesn't matter to you, there's not really any motivation to continue playing that one, to be honest. We do lose 5-1. We lost to them 4-1 last time. Seems our destiny is to lose to Atletico Madrid whenever we play them. We play their Madrid rivals next. We are now 5 points behind Valencia, drawing on points with Osasuna. You would imagine we don't really have much of a chance of doing anything. Ribeiro is unhappy for some reason. He is going to come in for this game, though. Quintan's going to come up to the bench as well. I'm actually going to put Ortiz on the bench. We're going to leave Zero on. I'm going to give Marino a game over here instead of Modric, just to give him a rest. We might as well play some of the younger lads, you know what I mean? Like, after that, we'll kind of see what happens. If we end up finishing 9th, like, it's not a big deal to us. I really don't understand what to do when they're doing that. Like, you can see I close every single player. Well, against the other Madrid side, it's not quite 1 minute, but it is 4 minutes that we've conceded in. So, yeah, ideal. Good times. Benzema finding Toni Kroos here. I won't accept Kroos outpacing me. Yeah, see, Vinicius and Rod... What's Blanco doing? Rodrigo scores 4. What am I saying? My brain's broken. Rodrigo scores again after scoring in the 4th. Realistically, if they score again, we're probably going to end up simming the rest of this game as well, just because at the moment we're getting absolutely battered. Yeah, we're going to sim the rest of this game as well. Ends up being 3-2 on the sim. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just not playing to my best ability right now. I hope you guys don't mind me doing it like this. It's kind of just, it is what it is. Like, I don't want to play a game when I've been enjoying myself where we're getting battered like that. Like, that would not have been 3-2 if I had finished playing that game. It probably would have been another 5-0. So, you know, it just is what it is. I hope you guys don't mind. If you do, give me a dislike. It is what it is. Training to do. Right, Deportivo game. This is probably going to end up being a really short episode. We're going to do this on this sim thing. I can't remember what it's called. But, yeah, we're going to do it through this. Not because I don't want to play it, but just because I feel like I should be showing a little bit more gameplay than I am. I do feel slightly bad for quick sim and everything, but, you know, against the big boys... Oh, good goal from Gyro. Against the big boys like that, if there was something to play for, I would play them. But the fact is, there's absolutely nothing to play for, and I kind of want to get to the end of the season because I'm excited to get on to next.
This looks interesting. And a goal!
Wow, okay, well, we've taken 2-0 lead against Alaves really quickly in this one. We're now playing like Real Madrid and Atletico. Coming forward again. Oh, that's an interesting choice to play that out there. Yeah, I'm not playing my best FIFA today either. So, I'm just kind of... As it's the season finale, we're not playing for anything. We might as well let the lads play the game out, do you know what I mean? And play it through sim. It doesn't really make a difference to us either way, whether we play it or not in the season finale. I'm really excited to get on to next season, to be honest. I always kind of have this, if there's nothing to play for at the end of a season, I kind of do this, so I apologise to any of you guys that may not like that, but yeah, this is kind of what I end up doing. I just don't really have anything to play for, so my brain tells me might as well not. Gorta's picked up a light injury here, so we're going to bring him off for Anouar. We're also going to bring off Ribeiro because he's tired, and get in to the second half on this quick sim. Played well in the first half, to be fair. Alaves only having one shot off a target. They did have a lot of possession, but didn't really do anything with it. He is still the captain, by the way. I think I haven't swapped the captaincy back yet, but he is still the captain. Let it drop in our own box there, which is not what we want to be doing. Do get it there though. Now we're coming forward with it. Goal kick from us. It's a bit of a waste from Blanco, I can't lie. Now they are into the box. They've hit the crossbar. I think they may score in this game, to be fair, so we could probably use another one. I've got a tired player in Ruben Duarte there. You should go short with it, Blanco, because our strikers are not getting to headers in this game. Alright, we get through here. Gyro made a very good run there, but no one was looking up. There we go. That's the third that I was saying we needed. Gyro gets his second of the game. Another assist for Danilo. The goal contributions leader. I didn't actually show the graphic, but they did pop it up to show that he was the goal contribution leader. Good save there from Ribeiro. Decent game from us, from the looks of things anyway. Did have a little bit of a scare in there for a little while, but we actually do manage to play well enough to get away with it. Win the throw here. Casas gets it into Gyro. We go back again. We are going to win 3-0 though. To be fair, come the end of that game, I did start off by saying we were playing well and dominating. Come the end of that game, we weren't playing very well at all. Broken, that was called a light injury. It's a broken toe for Lucas Gortler, so he'll miss the end of the season and probably the beginning of next. We have one last game left against Leganés, and then we will wrap up the season. Could find his way into the team, as you've seen with the other guys we've sent out, like Kevin now is a 70, Bustos is a 66, plus 11 for him. Serrano's gone up by 6. Escobar's gone up by 8. Like, loans will be useful for players like Planas. So we do play Leganés in this one. I think what I will do is I probably will play this one just because it's the last game of the season. I probably should. I'm going to give Ortiz the chance to start in that CDM role instead of Francis and play Anouar here. 0 we're going to keep in as well, same as Ribeiro. Let's wrap up the season, shall we? The second game against Sociedad. There are just some players, not some players, some teams that I think we just need to perform slightly better against. Change a couple draws and losses into wins. And I think next season we might be okay for even a European push. I can't actually tackle these guys. As Piliqueta finally does get the tackle in. Gyro's making a run. We're going to watch this one, measure it. That's a good first touch from Gyro as well. Gyro gives us the lead. It's a typical counter-attack goal that we have been using all season to take lead. Using all season to win games. Gyro's come up huge for us since we put him up in that striker role. Obviously not fully trained to it, but man has he been important for us since we put him up there with Danilo. If we are going to replace him next season, it's going to have to be a big player. And I think we kind of have other places we need to put that money into. So Gyro next season may get a full run, a full season at striker. What I do want to do is bring in a target man off the bench, like I said. Because I think having that option off the bench will be huge for us. Because like when we get into positions like that, I know the thing to do this FIFA is to cut those back across. Why is Ribeiro leaving the box before the ball's even... Ortiz, that is interesting from you. Can Danilo keep it in? He actually does just about. Ortiz, not quite the level of Francis in there, but hasn't been bad to be fair. Anouar's going to hit this one. That's why I play with handballs usually, because did you see where... Oh, 0! Oh, 0 almost has his first goal, but he can't get it past the keeper. I think he just took it a little bit too close to the keeper in the end. I can't even remember what I was talking about before now. I'd say we've just about breached okay. Oh, I think I was talking about Ortiz as well, wasn't I? saying he hasn't quite been, he's not quite Francis levels out there at the minute, but he's not been terrible either. That's a good save from Blanco, because I messed up defensively quite badly. Modric and Easton. I don't mind Modric going out there, but man, if he's going to go out there, he really needs to stop getting beaten to those balls so easily. Sabine managing to get that one out wide to Vico. Romero, I don't know what he did there, but gets away with it. Yeah, to be fair, not bad, not good, just like in the middle, I would say. We are definitely, I can say 100%, we are definitely missing Francis in that CDM role. He's got such good movement in there that it kind of makes it impossible for the teams to build attacks on us. But I'm sure Ortiz, with a little bit of time, he just hasn't got the tackling ability right now. But yeah, with a little bit of time, I'm sure Ortiz will build himself into a decent player for us. Don't know how that ball's come across, because realistically, why has he punched it? What are you doing, Blanco? Blanco's had 5 minutes of madness there. He does do that sometimes, just suddenly starts doing some very random things. We're going to try and play Danilo through here. Does get pulled back by from the defender, but does manage to bring it down, control it, and finish it off. Good bit of play. I mean, we score a lot of over-the-top through balls. I'm not going to pretend that I don't take advantage of them, but I would also be stupid if I didn't take advantage of them. Danilo gets his goal to finish off the season. He is injured though, so I am going to be bringing him off immediately afterwards. And we're also going to be bringing on Muchangama for Modric, because Modric is struggling a bit out there. Danilo scores immediately, gets subbed. Monzon coming on. He hasn't played a lot this season. He did have fits and spurts in the team when we were trying to work out what to do, but kind of as soon as Gyro got into form, there wasn't really a place for Monzon. Kind of the same for Muchangama as well. He had fits and spurts, was at one point starting over Luka Modric, but as soon as Luka Modric got into form, kind of wasn't a place for him in the team anymore to get onto the ball there. You can see here now Leganés are pressing very high. Let's just send this long. I'm alright with doing that. See if Monzon can win a header at any point. I don't imagine he will. See, another reason why it would be a good idea to get a target man is when they start pressing like this. Wow, okay, well that striker does come off the bench and get them a goal. So now it is 2-1. Yeah, when they start pressing like this, you kind of do need someone who you can just put that ball forward to, route one, to head it down. We're going to try and play this one to Gyro. He's going to chip it through to Monzon. Oh, Monzon, that was your opportunity. Doesn't quite get to it. We're going to try and foul with Anouar because I don't want to be countered fast. Good interception there. We will just about survive. Jesus Christ. Well, that is the end of the season. We do, I think, probably finish in 8th. Might even be 9th. We haven't seen the table yet. We may also relegate Leganés with that one, I'm pretty sure, because Deportivo won. So we will see what happens. Obviously, not the greatest of performances from us. We are trying a bunch of younger players, so it's going to happen. Got a post-match press interview to do to wrap up the season, and then we'll get into the wrap-up fully.
A 2-1 win to round off your season. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to wrap up the season with a win. We've had some tough games this month already against Real Madrid and Athletico. So, yeah, it's nice to round things off with a decent win.
Unfortunately, it has been confirmed that you missed out on European qualification. Can you talk about that?
Look, we didn't even expect to have a run like this to find us even anywhere remotely in the position to be contending for any European competitions whatsoever. So the fact that we had an outside chance even of qualifying for Europe in our first season in this league, it's huge for us. It's a huge confidence boost going into next season, where we can only hope that if we can finish like this in our first season, that in our second season we should have no issues.
Considering how well you finished the season, do you feel like you could qualify next year?
Like I said before, we've only just finished our last game. There's still a lot of conversations to be had, a lot of meetings to do with the board, etc. before next season. But those will all be starting within the next couple of weeks to months. And then we'll obviously make sure that we are more than prepared for next season. Thank you very much, guys. So there we are. Season wrapped up. We finish the season in 8th place, I believe. We'll take a look at these in a minute. Planas, I had to call you up, mate, to be honest. Get 99 mil for finishing 8th. Danilo does get a bruised shoulder like I thought it was going to be. But yeah, as you can see here, we finish 8th in the table. Obviously, that means no European football or anything next season, but we're not really surprised about that. There's one stat on that table that really, really needs to be cut down. You can see goals for, we scored 79, but we conceded 77. That is pretty mental. If you look at Alaves, who went down, they only conceded 68. We really need to shape up our defence. I mean, me personally, I need to shape up my defence because I'm not great at defending. But if we have better defenders, maybe I'll have less to do. As you can see, Barcelona do walk away as champions. It was a very, very close title race, to be fair. That position swapped about 5 times throughout the season, maybe even more. Sociedad, who were first when we played them, end up only getting Europa Conference League. So that's kind of crazy as well, because they were actually in for the title at one point when we played them. But yeah, as you can see, the clubs going into the Champions League: Barcelona, Athletico Madrid, Sevilla and Real Madrid. Betis go into the Europa League, Sociedad into the Conference League. Who won the Copa de España? Barcelona win the Copa de España. So I think actually Valencia will go into European football. So if we could have finished 7th, we would have had a chance at European football. But unfortunately, we don't finish 7th. You can see here Danilo ends up finishing 2nd on the goal scoring chart with 25. Gortler is 10th with 14, which is quite impressive, to be fair, for us to get 2 players on the top goal scorers. 3 players, because Gyro is the last player on there with 25. What about assists? Danilo does win the assist because I don't know how, actually. Somehow he was the assist leader. He has 11 and 38. Cunha had 11 and 24, so you would think he actually won it, but it is what it is. Blanco ends up finishing 3rd in the Golden Glove race, only 1 behind the Silva and Herrera. Aside from that, nothing else is of much interest to us. Let's see if we've had a goalkeeper of the tournament as Rio Silva. Do we have a team of the tournament? We do. And we have players in there. Romero, Azpilicueta, Casas and Gortler all find themselves getting team of the seasons in our first season and in La Liga. That's quite impressive. I didn't think that we actually would have that many players in. Let's go and quickly take a flick around the other leagues first. The final is between Borussia Dortmund and City, so we'll come back and see what the conclusion of all of these are in a bit. Barcelona in the Europa League final against Lille. Did they drop out of the Champions League then? Oh, well, they had a very easy group, to be fair. The Conference League is Trabzonspor against Inter. Quite surprised to see Inter down in the Conference League. So we will fast forward in a minute, obviously. We'll do it now quickly, actually. Just get things done here. Be renewing that. We do have a youth scout report, which we will get through in a minute. Jerome Onguene grows again. Let's now go take a quick look at the other leagues, because they should all be wrapped up now. Premier League. Manchester United walk away with the title. Monaco beat PSG to the title on goal difference. Oh, not PSG, sorry. Marseille to the title on goal difference. PSG finishing in 3rd. That's even more surprising. PSG dropping down to 3rd is quite crazy. Let's see. Leipzig win the Bundesliga, beating Bayern Munich and Dortmund. Dortmund only getting 72 points. Quite a low point title race there. I mean, if you look at Leipzig in first, are 20 points in front of 4th place Mönchengladbach. Atalanta win the Scudetto, beating Juve. That's kind of the title race you would expect. Inter drop into the Europa League again. Inter having a tough time by the looks of things. Let's go take a look at these youth scout reports. We have another transfer offer for Ismail Casas. Again, I think it's because he did still have a transfer request active, but obviously we renewed his contract, so I thought that would be gone by now. No one still. I think Xabi Garcia is looking likely to be the next player that will be getting called up. He grows to 59 in 2 weeks. Maybe Juan Moya as well, because once he becomes a striker, how long's left on that? 15 weeks. Once he becomes a striker, you would imagine he'll probably grow. Besides from that, no one else is really looking at the level of getting called up yet. Let's see our last scout reports if there's anyone decent. He's not looking too bad. Same with him and him. He's got 600k valuation though. We've got 450 here, 375. Then we have to take the 450 player, and we'll go check Spain before we do anything else here. He's got high potential but not high valuation. See if there's any amazing tier players. It doesn't look like there is. Couple 450 lads. Let's take a look at the boys we just brought in. Said Naji, CM, central midfielder, does have the long throw trait and the solid player trait. At 15 years old, 56 rated. What was his stat there? Physicals. Very good strength, jumping and aggression, to be fair. We've got Ivan Lucero. He was the other one we brought up. 5-star weak foot player, 3-star skill moves. Decent pace on him. Besides from that, not too much to talk about. Actually, not bad finishing. We have Bruno Garcia. He's got very good physicals and pace from the looks of things. 55 rated, 6'1", left footed. My God, look at the jumping and aggression on this boy. How tall is he? 6'1". He could be the answer to what we've been looking for. Doesn't quite have the finishing on him right now, but those are definitely target man stats if I've ever seen them. We're going to put him up to a striker. We also have Said Amara, 6'1", low, unfortunately. Very good pace and agility though. He as well will go up to a striker. Slightly longer for him. It means the other boys that we have probably won't be getting called up. We'll leave him in just in case we do end up getting rid of anyone before the end of the season. I think it's probably unlikely, but we'll leave him in anyway. Quintana loan offer again. I should probably take him off of the loan list, but I can't really be bothered, so we'll just keep going forward with all of this. So we've got Bruno Garcia, the target man that we've brought in from the youth setup, going up to a 56 already. We definitely do need to get his finishing up though, and we'll continue to train that. Do you know what we'll do instead? We'll do mobile strike. No, need that finishing up. Complete striker. And we also have Zero finishing his training to a cam. Still stays as a 64, but he has 65 finishing yet. He really doesn't feel like he does. I'm sure now those finals would have been played. City beat Dortmund 3-1 in the Champions League final to finally win the Champions League. Barcelona lose 2-1 to Lille. That's surprising. Not what I saw coming. And Inter beat Trabzonspor 3-2 to win the Conference League. a lot of surprising results there, I've got to be honest. We're going to end the season and go into the next one like we always do. Now the season has come to an end, the Malaga board have met to review our progress as the club on and off the pitch. While we weren't able to achieve all of our goals on the playing side, we believe the team delivered a satisfactory performance overall. We do hope to do even better next year and believe that you are the right person to remain in charge going forward. I think I probably am the right person to remain in charge going forward, to be honest. Training to become a cam, which will be good news for us going into next season. What he does need is a little bit of passing training. We'll have him on advanced playmaker. That's quite huge for us going forward. Don't really care about any of that, to be honest. But yeah, that will be us for the end of the season. Let me just switch the boys back in that will obviously be starting next season. Besides from Gortler, obviously, because he's currently still out injured. So yeah, let's give you a quick rundown of the squad just to round things off. It's rounding things off, but also beginning things. It's like a little bridge. You will see a full team lineup like we have done so many times before, with all the special cards like we did at the end of last season. But this is our team lineup. We got a couple decent looking lads. Cesar Azpilicueta in his last 12 months. I might Quintana we're going to remove from the loan list, like I said a minute ago. So Ribeiro now gone up to a 75 as well, which is quite nice. We still can't remove Ismael Casas from the transfer list, which is quite annoying considering we've literally re-signed him. So it doesn't really make any sense that he'd still be on the transfer list. But yeah, scroll through here. As you can see, we've got a couple decent young lads now. So the future's still looking quite bright for us. We've got, obviously, oh no, that's got to be because it hasn't gone into the next season yet. Muchangama also retiring. I didn't realise that was a thing either. But yeah, as you can see, we still have a decent team. Got a couple players' contracts coming up, which may be something we need to look into getting done in summer rather than signing new players. But yeah, that's going to be the end of Season 2. Not bad from us. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you get notified about the start of Season 3. And I hope to see you in it. Peace.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games.